Our next stock is Indiabulls. Let's do the fundamental analysis first to understand what Indiabulls is up to, and then we will do a technical analysis. Yeah. So today it has been a great day for them, but I'm a short-term investor, so I would like to take it anything less than 8 weeks. So 3 to 8 weeks is my lock-in period usually, and I'm happy to take an exit at 20% if possible. So returns wise, it is in a down trend, I can see. Let's see what the forecast says. Yet there are no forecasts. Let's do the forecast for this, and let's see the financials. Okay, trend, downtrend, decreasing revenue. This is a very bad signal. Revenue has decreased by 50%, and EBITDA too. So I think these people do not want to have a long term view. Anyways, the market could also be on a downside and had been affected with COVID, higher than current ratio, assets, no, decreasing assets is again a negative point. So there are all red flags all over. Highest PE ratio, very bad. PE ratio is 1. Okay, so I would like to take DLF amongst these 4 because it has a good PE ratio. Don't think that negative PE ratio is even better. Negative PE ratio means it's a loss. And let's see any news of it. See the assets, they sold 580 crores worth of assets in Gurgaon. Any events?
One of their chief holders also left the company.
See, that's even a bad news.
Gave up all his equity also.
They're not giving any dividends. 2014 was the last time they gave any dividends. So that is, again, I don't know why they're not giving dividends. At least that should be a retention factor as if they're performing. But yeah, so there are red flags all over. Some Tickertape analyst thinks it's a good entry point. Let's see if it's a good entry point. Do we really want to enter a stock which is in its downtrend? So I'll go with my EMA of 50 and 200. The 50 is in the light color, and so if you see EMA 200, the bold line, the price is below it. So if there is confidence, if it have been any other stock which is in a good fundamental state, would have considered it to buy. So it's below EMA, and the downtrend EMA, the short term 50 is telling it is still in downtrend. So it is in a downtrend. Okay, so we'll draw some support resistance lines to understand the stock. This is a very good points up, 1, 2, 3, 4 trusty points, and these trusty points are also acting as trusty points here. So I think I call the term trusty. Next is the baseline here. This is a support. So all in all, if you see, the downtrend still exists. This could be immediate action, but due to some consequences in the market over there, this is a good resistance line. If you see, this is a good buy zone. Like today's lowest point was a really good buy zone with 194 buy and 216 short. So if you're buying it now, let's say if you're buying it as of today 206, so 10 rupees upside you have for sure, and 10 rupees downside you have for sure. 6 rupees downside you have for sure. When was your last buy point?
Actually, the first thing was I entered in way back when it was somewhere around 158.
Okay, so you are the person who did a very right jump and couldn't exit here.
No, I thought of like holding it for a long term, and I just waited.
I think that's why I always tell that 2 months period is a golden period. So if your trend is not intact, even then you will exit with a minimum loss. Yes, there is an opportunity cost in the market. Always you are losing a lot of money in terms of opportunity cost, but you should take a quick call here. So in the short term we can see this. Let's see what Bollinger Bands has to say. So since you are anyways in the bottommost corner, you will be kicked out to the topmost point, which is 227, but I think it's 221. So let's see if there's any RSI supporting you, to if there are any RSI bulls or bears in the market for you. I see there are no bulls RSI divergence happening anywhere here, so I'll quit this. I'll go for RSI, a weekly chart. You can hide everything from here. There is a line of support which goes in this direction, but if you zoom and set this line straight, the line should be touching the bottommost points, but sometimes it might not, so I'll take that range. So even this line of support is being broken. If you see, this line of support is being broken. If there is a very big candle here, the downtrend is even more strong. So till then you can expect 159 to be your shorter support, and in the long term, if you're really a long term buyer. So if it touches 216, I would suggest you to exit, but in the short term you don't have, but maybe in the long term you might go till 370. This will be your next support and next resistance point. If you can see, it is resistance point here, so I was expecting the same. It could be in this range in the long term, really long term, maybe 4-5 months, 6 months. So that's about IB, India Bulls.